See that line there. What are we not? She is professing to be concerned about the Palestinian issue, but she is siphoning resources away with this fucking sub story. Vengas a la casita ahorita, tu mama está muy furiosa, dedicada a buscar don via peroca tel está hachando. Oh no, it costs $1 million to do anything actually. No, it doesn't, you're wrong. I've got a very funny story for you here, which I only really found out about in more detail last night. I'd seen a bit of toing and froing about it. I think a Cheeto had made a tweet and that had reached the YouTube drama subreddit, but I still didn't really pay that much attention to it. But when I looked into it this morning, I was like, this is absolutely insane content. I've got to talk about this, okay? So, let us begin. As all things begin, at the beginning, okay? So it starts off with a fairly unremarkable tweet, all things considered. But yeah, we'll dig into it. So the beginning. So this person made this thread with cartoons complaining about living with a pro-Israel family while supporting Palestine. Okay. Now, this person, I think, is like what? 18 or 19 or something. They're graduating from high school. I don't know the ages over there. But anyway, they're fairly young, right? So take that in mind when we look at this. So supporting Palestine while living in a pro-Israel family. Content warning abuse. Please retweet so I don't get shadow banned. Thanks. Free Palestine. I might go homeless. Now, guys, I would like you to pin something in your mind for later. Okay? Please take note of the depiction of this person that they've made of themselves. That will become important at a pertinent moment later on. But continuing on for now. So, I might go homeless. Why, may you ask? TLDR, my mother and family is pro-Israel, and I'm pro-Palestine. Okay. Right. That is interesting. My gut instinct on this is that it's not just that the family is pro-Israel, okay? It's exceptionally rare that just for having a particular political perspective, it will lead you getting kicked out of the house. If I had to guess, I would imagine that this person has probably made the Palestine stuff a central point of their life, and it's probably causing some friction at home, which has led to these issues, right? I think there's more to it than that. It's not just you support Palestine, so we're kicking you out. There's probably some other behavior that this person has participated in that has led to this eventuality. I could be wrong, and they could be completely vicious Zionists that just want to kick out anything that criticizes Israel, which I think is what this person is trying to get across. But I would wager there's probably a bit more to the story than this person is going to let on, okay? Now, you know for certain this person is a lefty because of stuff like this. Oh, dude, look at this. That's crazy. Obviously, I'll read it. I'm being paid to be here, so it's only fair I read it. But how would you, as someone that was just casually engaging with Twitter, how is someone expected to read all of this, dude? This is it's like work, bro. I remember when... This is another classic example of why Stone Toss is so popular, because he makes simplistic, easy to understand comics with minimal text. Meanwhile, we've got full-on mucho texto memes in most panels in this comic. Okay, let's just get on with it. Okay? It wasn't always this way. I was once an Israeli supporter. Why wouldn't I be? I'm Christian. I have Jewish blood. It's the land of my people. On October 7 was completely uncalled for. So far, so good. Okay. I ignored all the live feed. I guess the Palestinians matter too. I'll toss them a prayer. It wasn't until late October that I started to see what was actually going on. Why is Israel using white phosphorus? Why are they bombing ambulances, schools, hospital, homes, churches, children? Why are the Hamas hostages happily talking about their captivity? Why is Israeli censoring them? Listen, I don't want to get into some long conversation about Israel-Palestine. That's not really why we're here, okay? But I've got some agreement with, like, the criticism of the Israeli action, of course. I've said this before. But, like, this is complete brain rot. The idea that the hostages are happily talking about their captivity. Bro, that's crazy. What, like, this is clearly rooted in just looking at Twitter. You've been looking at Twitter too long, and you've taken all of your opinions from some fucking Arab on Twitter. It's so clear. Anyway, continuing on. It wasn't until one day in November where I made myself open my eyes, and I saw everything. Did you? Did you see everything? Or did you just see a snippet of what someone wanted you to see on a social media site? Anyway, let's get through this because it gets longer with each panel, it feels like. Now, I knew I couldn't tell my family, especially because my mom is abusive, so I told someone I could trust, my boyfriend. He disagreed at first, and we'd argue about it, but now we agree. On my 18th birthday, I went to the mall. My mum was picking me up, and there was a pro-Palestine protest outside. Man, if I had my Israel flag, I'd honk and wave it at them. That'd really piss them off. Lol. Dude! This mom is based. Absolutely based. Can we not talk about politics on my birthday, please? I was lying, of course. I just didn't want to hear her Zionist yapping. She kept going because of that. Zionist yapping? Bro, that's crazy, dude. This is the way you're speaking about your own parents, and you're surprised you get kicked out. Dude, this is a terrible way to talk. This is extremely rude. Like, you can have a political disagreement, but you're going out publicly and referring to your mum making a crass joke as Zionist yapping. It sounds like she was very obnoxious. I can't imagine it's just the political beliefs, especially if there's stuff like that going on. Anyway, let's continue. Yes, baby's first geopolitical conflict.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
It's not like the hostage are dealing with PTSD or have family who are still hostage and could be hurt if the hostage speak out about it.
Thank you for the $5. Thank you for your deposit into my accounts. You know who you are. Okay. 6 out of 10. Okay. Oh my god, dude. This is genuinely terrible work. Like, the amount of text here is fucking absurd. You should not need this much text to get across what you're trying to say. When the inevitable did come, I did what I could, but to no avail. My mom spent the entire time yelling at me, saying some pretty manipulative, damning, and racist things. She'd even wear a smirk on her face as I talked about the war crimes that Israel was committing. She just didn't care. I wanted to wipe that ugly smile off her face so bad. Maybe she doesn't mean it in this way, but that is a violent sentiment. Right? Normally that means you want to commit physical violence on someone to stop them smiling. Maybe she didn't mean it like this, but that is what the implication of that phrase.
Okay,
I want to commit assault on my mother because she's got a different position to me.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Thank you for the 333, Mossad.
Off depressed people.
This makes me want to buy a JDAM or two. Shlomo Vile approved this message.
Thank you for the super chat.
Palestinian territories, Star of David.
A lot of pet teenagers want to punch their parents is in the hormones. Okay. So you are just one of the leftoid retards that still exists, presumably. It's totally fine in a moment of madness when kids are younger to want to hurt your parent, right? Like if they're 5 or 6 or something like that, you know, maybe a little bit older than that. But if someone is 17 or 18, you should have learned enough emotional regulation that you don't want to hit your fucking parents. What are you on about? Right? And even if we were to be generous and say, okay, well, maybe that's how they're feeling, they're putting this into a fucking comic. I wanted to hit my mother across the face. Maybe, okay, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but that to me comes across as I wanted to hit this person because of what the opinions they were saying. That's crazy to me. Anyway, let's continue. Yeah, sharing it online's wild. Like, these are people that have birthed you and raised you for your whole life. It's okay to have issues and talk to your friends about it, but blasting it out on the internet is mental to me. And also, to me, it backs up the idea that, like, yeah, I'm not surprised you got kicked out if this is the attitude that you've got publicly. Jesus. Let's continue on. That's when she first brought it up. Well, since you love them so much, why don't I get your father to take you over there? I'd even pay for your ticket. Based? Yes. That is unfathomably based. That is actually, I mean, look, obviously, stuff like this is why I think it must be the straw that broke the camel's back. Because that is a pretty, I tell you what it is. She's presenting it as, I wasn't really talking about it that much, but then my mother would bring it up when we're at a protest, right? I guarantee you that this person was endlessly talking about it to an obnoxious level. You know that when you've got, like, you're a young person and you first find out about a global geopolitical affair and you think you know everything about it and you know what's what and you'll tell everyone that listens about it, right? Okay? That is likely what she was doing. This is, to me, I would guess, this is, oh my God, you've been banging on about Palestine so much when you've got other things and concerns to attend to. Stop banging on about it. If you like it so much, fucking I'll take you over there, right? Anyway, continuing on. Obviously very one-sided to try and paint a very wretched picture of herself when I've got no doubt that she was being incredibly irritating in her own way. Because it's so crazy that a parent would kick you out over a political disagreement, you know? Continuing on. As how it usually goes with her threats, they go without anything happening, just like how the one time she threatened to divorce my dad and the family would fall apart because of me. But anyways, acqui sommas pro-Israel, we are pro-Israel here. After that, she would write all over the walls, along with my sisters, on the walls. Is that some sort of Jewish thing I'm not familiar with? Huh? Why would you write on the walls of your own house? Yeah, it probably happens, but only in really extreme fringe cases. If that's genuinely what happened to this person, she's just very unlucky. Yeah. Along with my sisters about how this house will always support Israel. In response, I wrote on my door, pro-life, pro-kids, pro-family, to which she took down saying, pro-life is only meant for abortion. What do you mean by that, Mom? Okay. Yeah. So I am pretty confident she is. She's not just talking about it. I bet she's trying to convince her parents. So she's gone off to convince her boyfriend, and she probably thinks if she just badgers her parents enough, she can probably get them to agree with her. Mum is a bit unhinged too, possibly, yeah. But you know, this is obviously very one-sided, and I think that there's more to the tale, which would possibly explain why the mother's acting like this. And we're probably never going to hear about it because you're only going to hear her side more than likely, right? Anyway, continuing on. Oh my God, dude. Oh. Yesterday we had another argument and my mum cut off the Wi-Fi, not letting me work on my short film, which I'm using to help get money for college. I'd have to pay for it myself and it's an art school, so it'll cost 2 times as much. See that line there. What are we not what is she avoiding in her life? It feels to me like she's avoiding some sort of responsibility in her life in what she's doing here. Pursuing like an art school, probably her family has got aspirations for her beyond that, and she's wasting her time with that. But she's not obviously talking about that. She's presenting it as, they're not letting me go to art college. We had another argument and my mum cut off the Wi-Fi, not letting me work on my short film, which I'm using to help get money for college. I have to pay for it myself, and it's an art school. Yeah. But I mean, it could... Wait a second. Hang on a minute. So it'll cost 2 times as much? What it sounds like to me, because people are saying, who cares about our aspirations? Well, if the parents are paying the bill, it's reasonable that they've got a say in what happens. I don't think that parents are obligated to pay for whatever fucking course the kid wants to do. And if you want to get value for money and you want to,
wonderful.
you know,
But how
push
do
your
I
kid
make
into something
money off
that offers more
depressed
value,
people?
you can do
Other
that.
Jewish mad at Israel may not go to art college.
Yeah. I have to pay for it myself. Wait a second. Yeah. That's exactly what's happening here, right? So the parents presumably are offering to pay for some sort of extra schooling for her, but she wants to go to art school. They're refusing to pay for art school, presumably because they see it as a waste of money. And she's annoyed because she's then having to pay for it herself. Right? I'm understanding this correctly. I'm trying to fucking be fair here, but like, that seems to be what it is. And that's totally reasonable. Of course. I'm not a bad kid. I have excellent grades. I don't do drugs nor drink. I try my hardest every time. But I can't drive. I haven't had a good and stable income since April. And I'm almost out of money. I don't know if I can take it anymore. Entitled, but I don't see why she shouldn't be annoyed. What? What do you mean? I mean, being annoyed about it is one thing and feeling a bit pissed off. Making a whole comic about your victimhood is another fucking level. She's put this out here and acting like she's some massive victim because her parents are willing to pay for a school that offers some value. No?
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Abort mission.
Mossad, thank you for the 333. I don't know if I can take it anymore. Then don't take it. Give up, please. You're just a huge burden on your parents. Mum cut off my Wi-Fi. I don't know if I can take it anymore. By the way, can we talk about how this person is proposing that they care about Palestine and it's a big issue, and now they've made it all about how terrible it is that their parents have turned off the Wi-Fi and they're not going to have their art school paid for? Dude, this is classic, like, middle class, you know, leftoid gated community shit, is it not? Like, completely starting off with, I'm concerned with this geopolitical issue, and then it all becomes about you and your problems, and now you're getting your Wi-Fi cut off and stuff like that, dude. Okay. I haven't been kicked out yet, but I don't know if I'll have a house to live in tomorrow, which is really terrifying.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
These tards will genuinely fall for propaganda like the Bin Laden letter. Kinda worried that they fall for Nazi propaganda from a lesson.
Hey,
Nazis.
thank you for the €5. Which is really terrifying. I hate to ask from. Oh, there it is. I hate to ask for money. Spoiler alert. She's gonna do it anyway. Oh, especially knowing that the oh my god, dude!
Okay, that's
no
wonderful.
way.
But how do I make
That's
money
crazy.
off depressed people?
Why are you trying to help others when you can't even help
Very
yourself?
true. Thank you for the super chat. So she is professing to be concerned about the Palestinian issue, but she is siphoning resources away with this fucking sob story that her parents don't want to pay for a fucking art college, and presumably they've got to the end of the tether and are kicking her out. There's no way, dude. The e-begging. Gimme. Oh yeah, I feel bad because of the Palestinians, but gimme. That's crazy, dude. I hate to ask for money, especially knowing that the Palestinian people are suffering and need your support more than I do. Just see this post as venting more than anything. I'll try to be okay. Okay. Free Palestine, and then bonus content. By the way, guys, I'm not... Okay, fairness, writing on the walls is pretty crazy, and there is proof here, so, you know. So I will happily state the mother sounds a bit nutty, okay? But again, I would question what she has done, because like, that is a pretty crazy act for parents to, you know. I mean, I guess, yeah, it could be that she wrote it and she's lying, maybe. That's a possibility, I guess. I can only assume it's some sort of Jewish thing. By the way, guys, I'm not lying about the wall writing. It's black and white, because otherwise you can't see lol. That's a chalk wall. What's that supposed to mean? Explain. Explain. What does that mean? Oh. Oh, it's meant to be written on. Like a chalk, like it. Oh, okay. So you have a chalk wall and it's meant to be written on. Like a blackboard wall or something. Right, okay. And then you just write whatever you feel like on it. Okay, anyway, nonetheless, sure. It's not as crazy as just plainly writing on a wall, but it's still my guess again is that obviously we don't have all the information. There's a chance that she wrote it herself, but let's just assume that she didn't write it herself and it was her mother that wrote it, okay? I can only guess that she has been, like a lot of young people are, endlessly persistent on arguing with her parents about this issue to the point of craziness, right? Yeah, the way she presented it, I thought that, she was talking about painting the wall or something insane like that, I mean, what is this? If we believe in God, we believe in Israel because we love Israel, we believe in Israel. Okay. So what is this? This is a bit of a red herring, okay? This is a red herring for me because we could argue till we're blue in the face about who did or didn't write this, or whether it's a chalk wall or whether it's not a chalk wall, okay? For the purposes of moving forward, okay, I'm happy to accept that even if the mother wrote this, right, it doesn't matter to me because I'm like, that's a crazy thing to do if that's true. Why is she doing that? Did she wake up one day and think, I need to write all over my wall about how much I love Israel? Or is there interactions we're not seeing which has caused friction and issues at the home? Stop saying even if. No, the point is I don't want to spend fucking hours talking about who wrote this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the broad story here, okay? If you can accept that, even if you accept that she wrote it, it doesn't matter. Yes, it's crazy if she did, but it doesn't really make a big difference to the story because there's likely other behavior that we're not privy to that has led to that outcome, right? But of course, it is possible that she wrote it herself. But anyway, there's more. There's more as well. Auto-translated by Google because it's in Spanish. Not all of it is accurate, but it gives you a solid idea. I was not kidding about the racism. Oh my god, dude! She's giving the game away here. Exactly as I fucking suspected. I'm not going to read this out because some of it could be not monetizable. I defend the innocent, the children who cannot live in peace. She was 100% being fucking obnoxious about this and endlessly arguing about it. Yeah? Look at these walls of text that she's sending. It's so obvious. And it's not just like a reasonable disagreement about it, and you ignore the calls of children. It's obviously very, like, emotionally manipulative as well. And I doubt this is the only example of this. I'm sure there's more. Teenager being annoying. I just think it's insane to think that out of nothing she got kicked out. I've got no doubt it came to a head. This was probably common, repeated behavior that got to the point where it just wasn't tenable anymore, especially if the parents are seemingly well off and are willing to pay for some sort of further education for her, Jesus Christ. Anyway, continuing on, okay? Continuing on. So, they then posted this, quoting their comic, and said, "Update, I am homeless." If I had to guess, so this was December 17th, 2023. Oh, Also, this was from quite a while ago too. So this is from December 17th, 2023. And this is from about a week ago. So it's 6 months later and she's homeless. Right? So again, like what's happened in that time to lead to that? I can only imagine it's continued to be very annoying. Anyway. Or maybe they saw the post and thought, this is absurd. We've given you everything in life and we don't want you under a roof anymore. I don't know. Without knowing all the details, it's very difficult for me to say 100%. But, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to think that a parent would kick their kids out for no meaningful reason, just over a political disagreement. And we got some evidence that she was being very obnoxious about the whole thing.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Deserved get out freak.
Thank you very much for the super chat. And then here we go. We get some explanation here. Oh, hey, Internet Anarchist. I'm talking about your stuff in a sec after this. Hope you're well with everything that's going on. To let you all know, I was kicked out because today was my graduation. Oh, today was my graduation. When I walked the stage, I held up my keffiyeh with all eyes on Rafa, ceasefire now painted on it in red. I have no pics. My mum was so furious and immediately left. My diploma was also withheld. Oh my God. Okay, that makes perfect sense. You fucked up your graduation by making a political message, which presumably isn't allowed, right? And your mother was very annoyed with you for that. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back, presumably, after a period of time where you've constantly argued the toss. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
How do I make money?
Hey! Thanks for the 5 gifted. Appreciate it. Very generous. I don't know the rules or something, but I would imagine that making an explicitly political message would probably interfere with your ability to graduate in that situation, right? Because it's supposed to be that you're just there to collect your whatever and go about your business. Jesus Christ, man. After the graduation, I was left alone to wander. My boyfriend, who is visiting me for the summer, found me and told me that my mom left immediately after I walked off the stage. My dad then texted me the following. Don't come to the house right now. Your mum is so furious. Furious. Dedicate yourself to looking for a place to live because she is kicking you out of the house. I mean, I'm just trying to think from my own perspective. It's like, if my kid, like, it's just, okay. I don't know anything about these people. I'm making a lot of assumptions. I'm filling in some gaps. These sound like socially mobile Hispanic people, right? No vengas a la casita ahorita. Tu mamá está muy furiosa. Dedicata a buscar don via peroca tel está hachando. So they sound like, particularly if it's true that they were offering to pay for her college or something, right? Am I to assume that they're like socially mobile Hispanics that have like done well in life? Yeah, like well-off Latinos, right? Oh.
Forcing something that is meant to be an apolitical event into something political when nobody agreed to this.
Thank you for the £10. Yeah, that's my presumption. That's why they banned. I'm presuming there's a ban on political messaging and you're just supposed to go and do the ceremony, right? Okay, so I'm starting to piece this together then. So they are well-off Latinos who've done well in life and have probably looked after this person well.
Okay,
I mean, when you see the video, you'll see they've been looked after very well.
I am so tired of these free Palestine freaks. I think Sam Hyde's message is the proper message. I am looking into the Volkswagen of peace. Just needs a really good bumper and a lift.
Thank you for the 333. So this is like a slap in the face to them when they have tried really hard to bring them up in a way that is conducive to their future, and this is like being thrown back in their face, and that's probably why they're so annoyed, I'm guessing. And alongside that, Latinos can be quite fiery. So there's that element to it as well. Okay. Okay, and then so don't touch. So kicking you out the house. Don't touch my stuff. I'll come pick it up. What is so bad about wanting a ceasefire? God, it's not the fact. It's not the fact that you want a ceasefire. That's not the problem here. The problem is you turning your graduation into a political messaging, which is a slap in the face to how you've been brought up. And they've family tried to look out for you and bring you up in a way that's conducive to your future, and you're throwing it back in their face for the purpose of some fucking teenage protest that you'll probably look back on in 5 or 6 years with a great sense of regret. We're already packed a large part. Your mum is going to explain it to you when you pick up your things. Yeah, exactly. That's so true as well. Just got kicked out the house and immediately back to signaling about Palestine. This person is relentless. This person probably never stops talking about it. Okay. So they get kicked out because of a stunt that they pulled at their graduation, which, I mean, if my assumption here is true, and they are getting completely bombarded and berated with endless talk about this, I definitely understand that mentality. Okay, so they get kicked out. Now, moving on. We've got some more mucho texto stuff here. I've done this all in chronological order to when it came out. Thank you for the membership.
Castro became a member. Castro celebrates 2 months of membership. Happy birthday, you big brummy. Here's to more great reviews and endless schooling.
Thanks for the membership. Update for tonight. Friend's mom offered to have my boyfriend continue to stay, but I wouldn't be able to, since the room they'd have for me isn't available right now. So me and him are staying at a motel for now, so I'm not alone. I appreciate the massive amount of support from everyone. Right, okay. So there's that. And then there's this, more mucho texto stuff, I think. Update for tonight. Me and my partner were able to get groceries and other necessities through donations. So yeah, this person has been shilling their links to get money at this stage, right? So, presumably from a well-off background, from what we can tell, and is e-begging on the internet because they've been kicked out of their house because they're super obnoxious about fucking Palestine. Also, again, claiming to deeply care about the Palestinian cause, but circumventing money away to themselves because they've been extremely foolish in how they, well, from my point of view, very foolish in how they carried themselves. I visited an extended stay hotel in the city near mine and spoke with them about our situation. From when I last checked, it seems as though the money that's been donated will be able to cover my stay until I go to college. I visited an extended stay hotel in the city, which we'll obviously get to, okay? So, obviously, we'll see that later, but a question might be arising. Why would you go and stay at an extended stay hotel? Normally, that kind of thing is very expensive, okay? But we'll obviously get back to it.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So
but
thank you so
how do
much.
I make money off depressed people?
I would love to see these free Palestine freaks get off the airplane headed to Gaza. The rainbow hair and body odor alone will get them on the highest of rooftops or best dispenser.
Thank you for the 333. So they're going to stay there till college. Thank you so much. Maybe if I get the chance, my boyfriend will upload my walk across the stage because he recorded it. We'll get to that. I've just been too scared to watch it myself. Not because of what I did. I'll never take it back. I didn't do it again. But just now, the association of thinking about graduation gives me severe anxiety. Fucking hell. Because all my stuff is still at home, I plan to go pick it up on Tuesday when my mum and dad aren't home, just to avoid any conversation with my mum, because I'm 100% that it will end up much worse for me. Apparently, my mum got a head start on packing, but knowing how she is, I'm just praying that she didn't break anything because she is very willing to damage property. Example, breaking my phone, tearing up my books, destroying my room, burning my toys. So yeah, thank you again. So, I mean, dude, it's like, they're obviously going to present it in the worst possible way, particularly if they're trying to solicit donations. So I can't speak to how true or not that is, obviously. But it is obviously bad if she's doing that and kind of insane behavior. Burning the toys sounds insane. Anyway, so yeah, thank you again for all the support, which I can't read most of it due to not wanting to read other toxic comments. I appreciate the kindness and generosity of everyone who shared my story and ensured that I was safe. Okay. So there's an update there. God, it is so crazy that this person, and there's obviously people that are calling it out, like here, taking donations that could have gone to people who were left with literally nothing in Gaza just so you can stay comfortable in a hotel. Nice activism. I mean, some people are calling it out, but other people are willingly just handing over money to this person. It's so crazy to me. Do they not think about the fact that they're giving money to someone that could be going to someone actually in need in Palestine? Mental. And then there's this update here. More macho text though. Okay, fucking hell, dude. Update for tonight. Me and my partner moved his things and the items we got from the temporary motel we were at to an extended stay hotel, which is more suitable for living. He'll be extending his stay in the US to ensure that I have a place to live. Because I'm too young to be renting out this specific hotel for some reason, he's the one whose name the room is under. Okay, so your partner is willing to put his name on a place as well. So what reason is there to not just get a regular room? If I was in a tight spot, I mean, you could probably put yourself up in an Airbnb for a few nights, which would be, you know, what, a few $100, $500-$600, something like that. Just while you get your bearings, and then you would just try and find a place like a room or something that you can stay in, because that would be like the cheapest possible way of doing it. Why are you doing this extravagant hotel situation? Anyway, thanks to everyone's generous donations, I'll be able to stay here with him until I head off to college, which I'm beyond grateful for. I talked with my partner. Did he do 2-month leases? You probably won't be able to rent a place on your own, because obviously that tends to be a 6-month lease or something like that. But there are places where you can literally rent a room and it will have 2 months or 3 months on it. They are obviously rarer, but they do exist. I've seen them myself when I've been looking for rooms. Depends on where she's at. Rent in America's gone insane. I'm sorry, that is fucking absurd. I totally disagree with this. I do not fucking believe that this person is not able to seek out a room that is a reasonable cost. You are absolutely full of it if you're going to try and act like it's impossible for someone to find a room to lease for a few months, in a desperate situation. It's ridiculous. I do not believe you. I could look in my local area now, and if I wanted to, I could probably find somewhere to lease for a couple of months, within a few days searching. There's no way. You're full of shit if you're going to try and fucking argue, that there isn't a solution for this person. Without stable income. Yeah, but they've got the money. They've got a fund. They could just go to someone and say, listen, I don't have a stable income, but I've got the cash to pay you up front for the room. Can I pay you up front for the room? And most people will take a fucking certain rent for 3 months up front, and then you get to live there. Right? Like, you can speak to people and you negotiate and you can figure stuff out. Yeah, or worst case scenario, rent a room in an Airbnb. Facebook, there's loads of fucking places you can look at. In the UK, it's called Spare Room. People literally rent their rooms out in the spare rooms in their house, and you pay them rent. Normally you'd be looking at, obviously it depends on the area, but what, $600, $700, $800 a month, something like that, to rent a room somewhere? Maybe $1,000 tops. Right? Is this not a thing that exists in America, bro? That sounds insane to me. I talked with my partner's parents after we settled down and moved in a couple of the items into place. As my partner asked me for pics of our trip so far, I stumbled upon a picture that I took with us and my 2 younger sisters all eating ice cream. It was on Friday, but I haven't really seen them since. I really miss them and I hope they're okay. It's so weird that everything is suddenly so different. Tomorrow's plan is to retrieve my stuff from my parents' house while they're at work to avoid any confrontation. Let's hope nothing is broken. The principal got a hold of my number from my dad and let me know that she had my diploma. Should we schedule an appointment with her to get it back tomorrow, which also sounds like it will turn into a sort of lecture thing, which I'm not really looking forward to, since I'm kind of a little too preoccupied with her trying to survive. You've ruined the graduation ceremony for everyone that was there, and you don't want to have a little bit of confrontation about it. Thank you for the £2. Yes, I know. I've got it all to look at. Thank you for letting me know. I've got it all lined up, okay? Thank you to everyone that's been so kind as to give generously, as it means the world that I'll be able to continue to live, even though the circumstances are a little more different than I expected this summer to be. Oh, and by the way, I sprained my ankle graduation morning trying to get my keffiyeh painted at school right before the ceremony, so I'm having to deal with that too. All of these little details, the way they paint themselves, the sprained ankle, all of this is going to become very relevant imminently. In fact, it's going to become relevant right now. So basically, long story short, this person did end up having footage of their walk on stage, okay? Which we're going to have a look at now. So let's just throw this up. And they've removed the sound for this, you know, because obviously they didn't want to broadcast the names and stuff. So who is it? It's this person here. Let's play the footage. Okay. Oh my God, dude. There they are. See? Oh no. Oh, the closer look. Oh, oh! Look, there they are. There they are. There. Oh shit! What's going on here? I'm trying to pause it on the most opportune moment. There they are. There they are. Oh, boom, 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 boom. She can't go to Palestine because people think another J-Dam's dropping. Okay, come on. That's low-hanging fruit. That's low-hanging fruit, guys. Come on now. Come on. Let's just calm down a bit with this. Anyway, they're obviously, you know, quite a robust individual, and I don't know, man. It's just kind of crazy deceptive, the fact that they've portrayed themselves like this. Really? Is that how you see yourself? Seems a little bit disingenuous to me. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I agree with that. But anyway, listen, I'm not trying to do. Look, it's low-hanging fruit, okay? It's low-hanging fruit. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay, come on. Can we not? Right, anyway. So there's footage of them doing their graduation. Obviously, once it was revealed that they're quite a robust individual, people were all over it and were like having a go at her and talking about the food budget and stuff like that. Funnily enough, a Cheeto actually got involved in this a few days ago. He quote tweeted this individual. Your parents have tried their best to give you a good life, and you're choosing to get kicked out of your house because you won't stop arguing about Israel-Palestine. Yeah, I'd say he's pretty much on the money there. I mean, correct. That does sound like that's what's happened in this story. Very succinctly summarized there. And then she responded. Wonderful.
But how do I make money
hey!
off depressed people?
See, that was the J-Dam I was talking about. Just walking in stage.
Thank you for the 333. I waved a piece of cloth with paint that advocated for peace, and suddenly I don't have a home. What exactly is your definition of good parenting? Yeah, but I do not believe that was it. That was clearly the straw that broke the camel's back. You were talking back in December of last year about the possibility of being homeless. It's very clear that there's been a escalation of issues that has led to this eventuality. I do not believe that you just waved that on stage and that was it. That in and of itself probably wouldn't be an issue. It's likely other things that have, you know, contributed to this. I mean, yeah, they were warning her about this back a little while ago. She's the hay bale that broke the camel's back. I guess so, yeah. Okay. I bet you had loads of arguments and disagreements over the Iraq War. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. But, you know, there's a way and means of going about it, right? You've got to be respectful, particularly with your loved ones.
But how do I make
And the way she was talking was crazy.
She put a lot of points into vigor.
Thank you very much for the $5. Like, I never would have done the thing of like, oh, you don't care about dead X, Y, and Z. Right? Like, that's crazy. You would make your point and have a disagreement about it, right? But you wouldn't, be... I mean, it depends on the context. If it's your parents, you would be a bit more, willing to have a friendly conversation than make it into some sort of horrible argument. And those texts you were sending look horrendous. And also, if the parents are saying, listen, in this house, we are pro-Israel, she can have her opinion, but to continue to persist with the argument is yeah. In real life, you do not argue with someone about something after they've shown you they're not interested. Yeah, they're clearly not interested in having a debate. And I can guarantee you she was trying to convince them. I'm certain of it. Yeah, exactly. Often there's well, we disagree, so we won't talk about it, so we don't get into fights about it, But yeah, I just think, are there actions that the parents have engaged in that if I knew more about it, I could be more critical of?
But how
sure.
do I make money off depressed people?
Supporting tips to while living in a Oreo family. I might go abuse #free cafes.
Thank you for the 333. Anyway, let's continue on. So we've got the walk on stage, piece of cloth, and then inevitably the accusations of scamming started coming up, which led to this brilliant tweet, which is, very. This is how I saw it yesterday and how I started to look at this. So they're getting accused of being a scammer. Good Lord, I'm not a scammer. Featured is the quote given to me when we went to the hotel Sunday evening, and the second pic was from yesterday after I was unpacking. Third is my key card to my room with the keffiyeh I used at graduation. So I don't deny that you probably have spent this money on this. So there's the keffiyeh, there's the room, and here's the bill. So I think that there's a bit of confusion about this because people are saying it's $7,000 a month, which is what I thought initially. I don't think it's $7,000 a month. From this, it looks like, including tax, the total cost for the stay is $7,687 for 2.5 months. Well, 2 months, 3 weeks, say. $7,000 for under 3 months is crazy. Well, I can only assume that normally that they would look at a month-by-month basis, but because the stay is so long, I don't know. I don't know the systems, the hotel systems, but it says here total for stay $7,687. Right? I mean, it's an absurd amount of money. Like, you should not be spending this much money on accommodation. You should be, if this is genuinely a situation, you should be renting a room or something like that. What is the location of this place? I'm not trying to dox them, but I just want to know what the sort of room rates are where they are.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
It's actually $7,000 a month because we need to restock the all-you-can-eat buffet 3 times a day for her.
Okay. Thank you, the hotel.
Wonderful.
Appreciate it.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the $2. But yeah, I mean, it's just an absurd waste of money. And remember with this, okay, bear in mind, okay, this person professes to care about Palestine, and rather than seek out a reasonable amount of money to fund a room for a little while, they have gone for one of the most expensive options going. $2,000 is normal where I am. No, it's not. That's complete nonsense. You can get a room for $800 or $900 a month. Okay? I refuse to believe that it's not possible to rent a room somewhere. We're not talking about renting a whole place. We're talking about renting a room. You're full of it. You're
wonderful.
doing the
But
fucking
how do I
retarded
make
argument.
money
Oh
off
no, it
depressed
costs $1
people?
million to do anything, actually. No, it fucking doesn't. You're wrong. I do not believe that it costs you that much to rent a fucking room somewhere if you're desperate. That's crazy. That's the cost that you'd have for an entire place. Okay? A room, you could probably rent a decent enough room for top $1,000 a month. Absolute fucking top end. A room that you can stay in, a single room that you can stay in for a few months because you're fucking desperate. Okay? You literally, yeah, exactly. It's such an absurd argument. Oh, you can't find a place for less than $2,000 a month. Literally depends what city. Well, move somewhere else then if it really is the case. You're desperate. What is this fucking idea that someone is so desperate that they're begging for money on the internet, right? But they can afford to be choosy to pick an insanely expensive option and they can't just move somewhere in order to have a much lower cost. If it genuinely is that expensive, you're a retarded liar. But secondly, you would just pay for the travel to go somewhere where it's cheaper because that would be far preferable, particularly if you're genuinely concerned about Palestine, to use the minimum that you need to sort yourself out, and then surely you would give the excess to some sort of Palestinian cause if you care about it. If this person has managed to get $7,700 from donations, right? That is not going to be the only money that they've raised. There's likely to be more on top of that. How much money has this person raised? There needs to be some sort of fucking public discussion here about how much money they've actually got out of this. They're doing it off the backs of dead Palestinians. You know, this whole thing is off the back of that. And now people are arguing that it's acceptable that they spend $7,700, including tax, on a fucking hotel room and not seeking out something less expensive so at least some money can go to the people they profess to care about. It's sickening. And you people are fucking defending it with your retarded arguments that it's not possible to get somewhere for less than $2,000 a month. It's just unbelievable to me. I refuse to believe that this person could not find a reasonable room within a reasonable distance of themselves that would set them back no more than $1,000 a month. I do not fucking believe that. That sounds like complete cope. You don't think I'm in touch? What do you mean? You don't think I'm in touch? Are you fucking retarded? I had to rent a room, right? That was I had to share my fucking bathroom and my kitchen with a bunch of fucking reprobates for 2 years to make this fucking work, okay? 2 years I was in that place and it fucking sucked. You call me out of touch. I was fucking living that life, retard, okay? I was there spending as little as I could to make this work. And you've got to call me out of touch. I know because I've done it, okay? So don't fucking call me out of touch. What's out of touch is fucking e-begging off the back of dead Palestinians and then spending $7,700 on a fucking hotel room. That is out of touch. Fuck me, dude. Fucking unbelievable that you would say that I'm out of touch when I've fucking done it. Fuck you. Jesus Christ, I'm actually mad at the internet right now. Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck me. You don't even fucking know. Anyway, dude. Out of touch. Give me a fucking break. Jesus Christ. I'm being generous too, right? I'm saying $1,000 a month. That's a fair budget for a decent room somewhere. Right? That is a perfectly fair budget. That, you know, some might argue that's too much. I would say that's pretty fair if you desperately need a room. And you're trying to argue like, oh no, that's not possible, Chud. 2,000 is the least. I know you're lying. I know you're lying because I have lived in expensive areas and I know what average rents tend to be. And I cannot imagine it's double what it would be in the fucking UK. That's absurd.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off
Fucking hell, dude.
people?
Crazy. Local slop shoulder lives. I don't live off peanuts now. I make shitloads of money now. Okay, I'm fine. I'm great now. I'm dandy. I'm saving to buy a house. Okay, so no, I'm not living off peanuts now. But I'm saying, in order to make this work, I had to fucking live in a shithole for a little while, which it worked out. Here I am. Okay. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's settle down a bit. Jesus Christ.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Bro.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Why is
Didn't
Stoic
her
Flame
parents
messaging
offer to pay
DK
for her
about
art
this?
college for basically free? Which is expensive, so she is probably some kind of rich kid.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the mother's text. Why is Chud skipping reading this? Bro, I literally don't fucking care. I'm not here to fucking litigate your Arab-obsessed issue with Israel-Palestine, you fucking freak, okay? Oh, God, okay, I need to fucking... Bro, I need to calm down. DK's message is, fuck Palestine, okay? That is DK's official position. Okay. Bro, literally don't care. Literally don't give two fucks, okay? Okay, can we just continue? Anyway. Oh. Okay. Right, let's continue. Let's continue. So, what else have we got? So they shared this, which I think, if anything, you know, it kind of undermines them a bit because they're showing that they're wasting this money. You know, they fundraise this money off the back of, you know, dead Palestinians, and then they're wasting it on a hotel room where they could easily seek out, you know, a much more cost-effective solution. They continue on. I added PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App because that's all I really know how to use. I've been using Cash App money for groceries and to make the initial payment. Right, okay. I added PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. So they've already solicited enough money to make $7,700 to pay for a, you know, overpriced fucking hotel room. And now here they are trying to get more. Dude, that's crazy. How much fucking funds is this person funneling away from the Palestinian cause with this? Fucking hell, man. Crazy. Okay. So then we've got this, and then we got a final point, okay? Yesterday's events visualized. We got my stuff back. Fragile, clothes, wires and tech. 1 out of 9. ATM bought big storage boxes.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud, you're based AF. All these whiners are either
True.
17 or have never had to spend their own money.
Thank you for the $10. Appreciate it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off
Hey,
depressed people?
Roscoe, thanks for
More
$10.
shares for Palestine.
So here we go. Bought big stock. God, it's another comment with all this fucking text. Fuck me. Got home and saw that my parents were both still home. They should have been at work. I was scared to see my mom. This is happening to you because you betrayed the living God of Israel and are now following... Oh my God, dude. Look, I've said it a couple of times. I think the mother's probably nutty. Okay, I'm not a mother defender necessarily, right? The mother's probably a bit crazy. But like, I think they've earned a bit of a right to be. It sounds like this person had everything sorted for them. And they were you know, I mean, first of all, they're Jewish, for one thing, okay? But second of all, it seems like they got their shit together and they're trying to put them on the right pathway in life and they're throwing it all away for a cause that, you know, they're probably not going to care about in years to come that much. And they're going to look back, and they're going to look back on all of this and cringe so hard in about 5 years. But yes, Nicholas, exactly right. How could we know she's the narrator? Yeah, obviously we can't be sure on that. I just think I've seen enough that the mum is probably, you know, not like a normal person, okay? Right? This just in, Catholic Latina's not all there, more at 11. Listen, I don't know the intricacies of your racial politics, okay? But all I'll say is I'm willing to accept that the mum's probably a bit nutty. But I think that this person probably could have just kept them a bit and not been so argumentative and said crazy stuff to them about this issue, and it probably would have been okay. I'd arrived right before they were going to an appointment my mum had. She gave me a lecture, but I chewed most of it out. Luckily, they were both on a schedule, so it was short. When I finally entered my house for the first time since graduation, 4 days, I saw a large portion of my things in bags and boxes. Right, okay. 3 out of 9. My little sister made a house out of the Lego set I got from me and my partner to work on. I usually would have gotten mad, but it touched me instead. She went with my mother to the doctor. I wish I hugged her before she left. I miss my sisters. The next couple of hours was spent trying to organise all my stuff. Stuff packed and was still in my room. My partner helped bring and load a couple of things for me. God, it's like the most boring story too. It's extremely juvenile. All of this is to solicit more money. This is more victimhood in order to solicit more money, in order to, you know, prop up their lifestyle for the next few months. Apparently, my parents couldn't find my passport, so my mom assumed I stole it. I hadn't been home since Saturday. My mom also accused me of moving the cameras too, so that was annoying to deal with too. At one point, I missed a step and skid my knee up pretty bad. Oh my god. Now I had to worry about a sprained ankle and a bloody knee on both my legs. Joy. Those ankles are load bearing. Can we be real for a second? My dad helped take a portion of my things to my friend's place where my partner was previously staying, and we said our goodbyes. Neither of us wanted this to happen. He told me I had to carry my cross if I was to do the right thing. It was clear that he was rooting for me. After that, me and my partner had lunch with my friend's mom, who was overwhelmingly supportive of what I did. I wish I had that kind of connection with my own. Oh my god, this is such obnoxious behavior from the friend's mom. Right? Because are you telling me that you as a parent would be totally comfortable with your child, right, that you raised, like endlessly berating you about a political issue that you disagreed on? You know, there's a certain amount of disagreement that I think is acceptable, of course, and you shouldn't kick them out for. But just based on the text alone, I'm sure that she was fucking berating her about this. And then it got to a point where the graduation got spoiled because of some dumb, selfish political act that was engaged in. Like, I don't know, man. I just think either she's lying about what the mom said, or alternatively, yeah, she's like an NPC who doesn't have the empathy to think, well, what would I do if that was my kid? I'd probably be annoyed if that was my situation with my kid. And yeah, she's probably explaining it as, oh, I just did a political message at my thing and they didn't like it, when obviously there's more to it than that, right? I went and got my diploma after lunch, which went better than I thought. I was expecting another lecture from the principal, but luckily I didn't even see her. Hooray. Right, okay. I mean, I'm not sure if avoiding confrontation is going to work out well for this person, but we'll see. We went back to our hotel room and began unpacking and organising my clothes. I then received a call from my high school art teacher. Did you check your email yet? No, not really. I've been a little busy lately. Why? You've won the American Visions Award. In the end, I won. DK's called it perfectly. Some may remember me sharing this comic late last year. They might also remember me posting how it got nominated for the award. It had won the Scholastic Art and Writing's American Visions Medal, the most prestigious award in the program. I called my dad after to let him know the good news. I could tell he was surprised, but equally as proud. Okay. Once we got a good chunk of packing put away, we went grocery shopping. Mac and cheese. Dude. Blip, 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 blip. That'll be $768, please. Okay. Anyway, that's craft. That's probably craft, isn't it? Once we got a good chunk of packing put away, we went grocery shopping. I'm going to visit you and get you kicked out again, lol. Jaden, I'm going to kill you. My friends work at the grocery store we went to. It was nice to hang with them for a bit. We all had new joke material to work with now, lol. We then finished off the night with watching Jacksepticeye playing Minecraft while eating what felt like the most normal dinner in forever, hot dogs and chips. Okay. I've got an irrational sense of anger about this comic, man. I'm on edge. I'm on edge looking at it. God, all the fucking pro-Palestine retards are fucking absolutely going crazy over this as well, no doubt. Once again, I appreciate all the love and support I've gotten the past couple of days. The money sent will be used to fund my stay at the hotel, as well as groceries, gas, and necessities. It's weird having all of Twitter's eyes on me. Didn't know this is how I get Twitter fame. A strong, stable education from a root of family love. Twitter fame. Pick your pathway, okay? Yeah, kind of giving the game away there. I want to know how much money they've raised. And then finally, the cherry on the top of this disgusting cake, which you'd probably eat. I can't believe my situation has made me content for others. Oh, sorry. Content. I can't believe my situation has made content for others to make fun of, laugh at, make parodies, and just bring out the worst in people. It truly displays the depravity of humanity. Just because I've suddenly gained traction does not mean that people all of a sudden know me personally and the depth of my situation or the relationship. Yeah, exactly. This is so crazy. You're asking for money from people that could go to fucking Palestine that you apparently care about, and you're not expecting them to know the depth of the depth of situation. You just want them to give you fucking money. Depth of relationship, I share my family, friends, etc. You do not know me. Do not assume anything about me. That's a crazy thing to say when you've been e-begging relentlessly over this. Fucking hell, man. Dude, this person is crazy. They are young, I guess. But hey, they're 18. Okay? They're responsible for their own actions legally. So there is that. God, what a fucking disgusting person, eh? It's so crazy that people can make this. I mean, how much money do you think they've made? 7,700 plus grocery costs plus whatever. Over 10,000 at least, right? And they're pumping out their, you know, their links relentlessly. Oh, I missed this in the first post. Here it is. Look. So this was posted in June, following on from the update. To clarify, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I have no idea where I'm going to, but if you want to help, I'll leave these here. But yeah, there we go. There we go, guys. So that is the story of the Palestine supporter bed blob. That's about as best as I can think how to describe it. Oh. Anyway, that's it. Fun segment. I enjoyed that. Some people in chat are being retarded, but we had a good time, didn't we? We had a bloody good laugh. I actually got mad at one point. I got literally angry, not even as a fucking meme. Fuck me. I just find it so annoying when people say that I'm out of touch. And I'm like, I'm definitely not out of touch, I can assure you, okay? Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's so obnoxious to say I'm out of touch. If you knew my fucking background. I'm not saying I'm like a fucking, you know, I'm fine now. Everything's great. But I've definitely had some challenges in my life. Let's put it that way, okay? Not the worst of anyone or anything like that, okay? Not like people who had it way worse than me, okay? I was never raped as a child. My point is, I can assure you, I'm not out of touch, okay? Saying that you can get a room for $1,000 a month is not an out of touch take. That is a correct and fair take. Okay? God, it's like the classic thing, isn't it? Anyway, let's see if Nicholas can hop on. Just check this out, and yeah, we'll go from there. I've never been raped. I've never been raped. Maybe, you know, I've been too drunk to remember, but I don't think that's rape. I've been so drunk I can't even remember what happened. Who knows? Maybe okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, guys. Which is fine. Have a bit of a laugh with